Mark stands at the base of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The limestone under his palm is rough, sun-baked, and unnervingly warm. He traces the jagged edges of a single block, realizing that this stone alone weighs as much as a full-grown elephant. He looks up. The structure looms against the sky, a mountain of human effort that was already ancient when Rome was nothing more than a small village. 4,500 years of wind and sand have not diminished its presence. 2.3 million blocks stacked with impossible precision. It rises 147 meters into the desert heat, a silent testament to a civilization that understood geometry in a way the modern world is still struggling to decode. Every crack in the surface tells a story of shifting tectonic plates and centuries of erosion. Mark pulls his hand away, the grit still clinging to his skin. The sheer scale of the project is not just a feat of engineering. It is a physical weight that presses down on the surrounding silence. He walks along the perimeter, his shadow stretching thin against the foundation, realizing that he is standing in the presence of a mystery that time has refused to solve. Mark ducks his head and enters the narrow, steep corridor. The air inside the pyramid changes instantly, becoming thick, still, and devoid of the desert breeze. His boots strike the stone floor with a hollow, echoing resonance that travels deep into the architecture. He climbs until the space opens into the king's chamber. Here, the atmosphere feels heavy, as if the weight of the mountain above is pressing directly against his chest. He moves toward the grand gallery, tracing the massive, polished stone walls that seem to defy the logic of their own support systems. He stops. He stares at a section of the masonry where the joints do not meet with the expected precision. He presses his hand against the flat, unyielding surface of a solid wall. The alignment is wrong. The structural geometry of this tomb fails to account for the massive pressure of the blocks surrounding it. He runs his fingers over the edge, feeling a subtle, uneven shift in the stone surface. The layout lacks the intentional order found in the rest of the tomb. Something is hidden behind this wall, something the blueprints never addressed. The silence of the chamber is no longer merely ancient, it is suspicious. Mark leaves the suffocating stillness of the tomb and steps back into the harsh glare of the desert sun. Outside, a team of scientists stands before a bank of monitors, their equipment wired deep into the bedrock. They are not using drills or hammers. They are using muons. These subatomic particles rain down from space, penetrating solid matter like light through glass. The team calibrates the sensors, syncing the detectors to the northern face of the pyramid. Mark watches the screens as the first data packets arrive. The monitors flicker with jagged, black and white lines. It is a slow process, a methodical mapping of density. One by one, the particles register their paths, creating a ghostly skeleton of the structure. Then, a pattern emerges, a gap in the data. A section of the scan remains stubbornly empty where the stone should be dense and solid. The researchers lean in, tapping keys to sharpen the contrast. The image fills out, pixel by pixel. A massive, dark shape begins to materialize in the center of the screen. It is a void, 30 meters long, suspended in the heart of the structure. It has been sealed for 4.5 millennia, and for the first time, the stone has finally betrayed its secret. The scan image locked into place. 30 meters of empty space, an architectural phantom resting above the grand gallery. Nobody spoke. The data was absolute, yet impossible. Mark turned away from the monitors, his attention pulled toward the Queen's chamber and the narrow, winding shafts that had baffled explorers for generations. He signaled the team to deploy the remote-controlled rover. The small machine crawled into the darkness, its treads grinding against the ancient floor. Mark stared at the console as the camera feed flickered, struggling with the interference of thousands of tons of rock. The rover pushed deeper into the pitch-black passage. It rounded a corner and stopped. The lights on the machine illuminated a miniature door. It was set flush into the stone, perfectly smooth, framed by two polished copper handles that caught the beam of the rover's lamp. It was a dead end. There was no room for a person, no logical path forward. Yet, the craftsmanship was precise, intentional, and defiant. Mark leaned over the screen. The copper handle shimmered in the low light, a metallic anomaly in a world of limestone. It was a lock without a key, a door that had not been touched in 4,000 years. He held his breath, waiting for the camera to reveal a latch, a seam, or a sign of what lay behind. The sun dipped low, casting a long, jagged shadow across the desert floor. Mark stepped away from the console as the last golden light hit the western face of the Great Pyramid. The structure seemed to change as the day faded, the stone turning from sun-baked gold to a deep, impenetrable gray. He looked back at the massive silhouette. It stood exactly as it had for thousands of years, silent and unyielding. Every new scan brought clarity, yet every discovery only generated 10 more questions. The void in the heart of the stone remained a phantom, and the copper-handled door remained a threshold to nowhere. He tapped his camera, the digital files safe, but the core truth remained locked behind the limestone. The pyramid is a vault that refuses to surrender its contents. It stands as a testament to an ancient intelligence, a puzzle that mocks the precision of modern tools. What is hidden deep inside those walls? A secret chamber of records? A king's final, hidden sanctuary? Or something entirely outside of our understanding? The mystery is not just in the stone, but in the silence that follows every question. What do you think lies behind that sealed door? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to keep digging into the secrets of the past, don't forget to subscribe to History Mystery Uncovered for more tales from the shifting sands of time.